Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Ya no hay sentido de este olvido si todo está definido. Debo llevarlo hasta el delirio, el destino guiará el camino y sin residuo el individuo teje con su propio hilo. Mejor jubilo el sonido que ha crecido en el olvido, llevando el ritmo a este sismo. En el cerebro solo hay visión, solo impera el grito, lleva el mito del amor a ese sitio sin dolor. Lidero el sitio del detonador, atacando el candor, arrasando con ardor, así con amor hay dolor. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Amada mía, que es mi vida, la columna de mi día a día, aguantando mis caídas, inventando así mis risas. Tú me llenas, tú me elevas, tú me quieres, me dejas, te quejas, te alejas, me mantienes entre rejas y me encanta. Eres mi diabla y mi santa, la virgen la que espanta, y por eso te adoro tanto. Eres mi risa, eres mi llanto, y entre tanto te amo tanto. Llevas la pasión adentro, el fuego lento, intenso, y en el proceso yo me pierdo. Tanto sentimiento denso, creo en el cielo por tu propio peso. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar.
Evening, Bob.
Hi, Di.
Are you well?
Last time I looked, yeah, thank you.
You look fine from here.
You don't look too closely, Di.
Yeah, good.
Got a flu jab. I think it's flu jab tomorrow and COVID next week, so I'll tell you after that.
Right. I've had my COVID, but I'm just waiting for the flu now.
Are you old enough to qualify for both?
Absolutely. I've had 8 COVID so far.
Oh, yeah, I suppose we've got
We've had all this.
We've had all that's been on offer anyway, let's put it that way.
Yes.
But we're going to Germany in half term or the week before, so we won't be around for a little while.
All right, well, enjoy that.
Going to the Black Forest, we drive over, because Meg doesn't like flying anymore, so via the tunnel this time, which is what we usually do.
Excellent. Right, see you later.
So and you nice and big. That's better. I'll wait for Richard and Steph to arrive. They usually arrive separately, although sometimes Richard has to be prompted by Steph. Because they phone each other, you know, they sort of do a phone link, so they share the answers.
All
They
right.
can all do it together.
I assumed it was Richard would phone Steph rather than the other way round.
Yeah, you would think so, don't you?
Yeah.
I'll mute myself now, then I won't forget when the time comes. All
Right.
the best. Thanks ever so.
Okay.
Oh, that took me by surprise. I was busy looking at the questions. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's quiz. My hair looks weird, as usual. Wednesday night weird. That's a bit better. Right, I put myself off now. Good evening and welcome, everyone. I wasn't sure how well the jumper would go with the background, but it fits in quite nicely, actually. I thought it might be too green, but it's not. It fits in nicely with the autumnal colours in the background. And much as I like the colours of autumn, I don't like autumn itself. It's just usually miserable and windy and rainy and foggy. So anyway, I hope you're all well and that you're doing okay. And I mean, the weather's not been horrendous. It was awful last week, wasn't it, I think? But this storm Agnes is supposed to be on its way, but I think, looking at the weather map, that it's perhaps going to just miss us. It might just catch the tail end of it, so to speak. So what's been happening? Had a very, very confusing conversation with David on Sunday night, when we went over the pub for the Sunday night quiz, and not my turn to do it. And David said, "Why is Phil doing the quiz tonight?" I said, "Well, it's his turn." And he said, "Yes, but why is he doing it tonight?" I said, "Because it's his turn to do the quiz." And he said, "Yes, but it's not Sunday." "It isn't?" "No," he said, "it's Saturday." I said, "No, yesterday was Saturday." He said, "No," he said, "today is Saturday." And he had genuinely spent all day Sunday thinking it was Saturday. And he was genuinely confused at the quiz being on. So I don't know what he thought he'd been doing all weekend. I've no idea. And what else? Had a lovely pedicure today. Oh, it was nice. Pedicure and leg massage. Very, very nice. From this very nice young lady. I must put a what's the word I'm looking for? Must put a review on her Facebook page, 'cause it was lovely. She came to the house as well, and it was nice. It was made your feet feel all So it was well worth it. So I thought I hadn't had anything done for ages. So I thought I'd better get it done, and I just happened to find her by accident, and she came along, and a very, very chatty young lady from Northampton originally, but you can't hold that against people too much, can you? Other than that, don't think I've done that much, or I don't usually do that much anyway. Not been out anywhere. Not anywhere that I can think of to tell you. Oh yes, David's been out volunteering for the NHS, helping to show old people in a pharmacy in Spondon, to checking them off as they come in for their COVID injections. So he's been doing his bit. And when he came back, I said, "Oh, how did it go?" He said, "As expected." Which I think means it wasn't exactly the height of excitement. Anyway, he went off there again today, this morning, for another morning session, and suddenly came back. Suddenly came back half an hour later and said, "I've got the day off." They didn't need him. They'd cancelled and not bothered to tell anyone, which seems rather strange. Really does seem rather strange. So, so David's been doing his bit for the NHS. And I haven't. I've been busy writing quizzes. So I'm working on your behalf. Anyway, what have we got tonight? We've got a straightforward history round, which is not too bad, I don't think. Then we've got initial pairs, where I'll explain that when we get to it, rather than explain it now and then have to explain it again. And we've got high fives. We've had this before, where 2 questions, you've got to find 5 answers to each of the questions. Then the interval and find a word. Round 4 is the techies round, and that's hats. Yes, hats. And round 5 is another initial letter, but it's initial letter link, which is different from the initial pairs in round 2. So I'll just take a sip of my alcoholic beverage. Joe, I know you'll want to know what it is. And I said, David had poured it, and I knew he'd opened a new bottle, so I said, "Oh, tell me what it is so I can tell Joe." He said, "It's still white." I said, no, that's not good enough. So anyway, he went and had a look, and SVB Californian. And you know I'm not a fan of Californian wines, Joe. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. I don't think I'd have it again, but it'll do for now. Anyway, let's get on with the questions. Have we only got Debbie and Joe tonight? Ooh. Oh, Glynnis, right. Okay. Oh, heck, yeah. Oh, and I heard you talking to Bob earlier, David. So, are you down the cum? Yes, of course we are. Right, round one, history. Question 1. A nice one to start you off with. What was Sir Edmund Hillary the first to do successfully in 1953? What was Sir Edmund Hillary the first to do successfully in 1953? Question 2. Which king is said to have lost the crown jewels when crossing the Wash in East Anglia? Which king is said to have lost the crown jewels when crossing the Wash in East Anglia? Question 3. How old was Tutankhamun when he became ruler of ancient Egypt in 1332 BC? 9, 10 or 11? How old was Tutankhamun when he became ruler of ancient Egypt in 1332 BC? 9, 10 or 11? Bob wants to know why the computer's got ears. They're microphones, but they look like ears, don't they? Question 4. Which King of England was known as Farmer George? Which King of England was known as Farmer George? Question 5. Who set sail in 1492 in the Santa Maria? Who set sail in 1492 in the Santa Maria? Question 6. What is the name of the last battle in the Napoleonic Wars? What is the name of the last battle in the Napoleonic Wars? Question 7. Was the world's first adhesive postage stamp issued in 1740 or 1840? Was the world's first adhesive postage stamp issued in 1740 or 1840? Question 8. Who became the first democratically popularly elected president of Russia in 1991? Don't think I needed that comma, did I? Who became the first democratically popularly elected president of Russia in 1991? Question 9. Was Memphis or Alexandria the first capital of ancient Egypt? Was Memphis or Alexandria the first capital of ancient Egypt? And question 10. Which member of a famous American political family was found guilty of leaving the scene of an accident in the Chappaquiddick affair? Which member of a famous American political family was found guilty of leaving the scene of an accident in the Chappaquiddick affair? There's your 10 questions. Let me know if you need any repeating. Oh, Zoomers. No repeats? Right, then we'll get on with the answers. Question 1. Sir Edmund Hillary was the first to climb Everest. Question 2. It was King John who was said to have lost the crown jewels. Question 3. Tutankhamun was 9 when he became ruler of ancient Egypt. Question 4. Farmer George was George III. Question 5. It was Christopher Columbus who set sail in the Santa Maria. Question 6. The last battle in the Napoleonic Wars was Waterloo. Question 7. The first adhesive postage stamp was issued in 1840, the penny black. Question 8. The first democratically popularly elected president of Russia was Boris Yeltsin. Question 9. The first capital of ancient Egypt was Memphis, several hundred years before Alexandria. And question 10. It was Ted Kennedy who was found guilty of leaving the scene of an accident. He never really recovered from the backlash from that, did he? It was always a bit iffy. Right, so how did you do with that first round? Debbie, 9, well done. Joe, 10. I knew you could do it. Bob, 8. Glynis, Derek, 9 and Glynis, 8. Oh. Oh, we've got one Zoomer missing because he's broken his laptop. It's very careless of him. Downhill from you, Joe. Think positively. Upwards. Okay, initial pairs. Right, we have had a round like this before. The initial letters of each correct answer are exactly the same as those of one other answer in the round. So you've got 5 matching pairs. So, if answer number 1 has got an answer using the letters A, B, C for the three-word answer, then there'll be another answer somewhere in the round which also uses A, B, C as the first letters of its answer. Okay, so each correct answer has the same initial letters as one other answer in the round. Question 1. Which 1995 number 1 hit single for Take That includes the line, "Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it," which is actually a very silly line when you think about it. Which 1995 number 1 hit single for Take That includes the line, "Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it"? Question 2. Who has been the most frequent guest host on the TV show Have I Got News for You? Who has been the most frequent guest host on the TV show Have I Got News for You? He's on there quite frequently. Question 3. Which novel by Jane Austen had the working title of Eleanor and Marianne? Which novel by Jane Austen had the working title of Eleanor and Marianne? Question 4. Who starred as Carrie Bradshaw on the TV show Sex and the City? Who starred as Carrie Bradshaw on the TV show Sex and the City? Question 5. What is the British name for the dessert known as Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte in Germany? What is the British name for the dessert known as Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte in Germany? It's a lot. What? Trifle. No, it's not trifle. But it is a lot easier to say in English. Question 6. In football, what is the name of Norwich City's home ground? In football, what is the name of Norwich City's home ground? With 2 question marks for some reason. Question 7. Long question, but straightforward. Which organisation was founded in Ohio in 1935 by Bill Wilson and Bob Smith and was the first organisation to use a 12-step programme to outline a course of action for recovery? Which organisation was founded in Ohio in 1935 by Bill Wilson and Bob Smith and was the first organisation to use a 12-step programme to outline a course of action for recovery? Question 8. In 2013, Prince George was christened in the Chapel Royal of which royal residence? In 2013, Prince George was christened in the Chapel Royal of which royal residence? Question 9. In which TV sitcom did the title characters live on a fictional street called Oil Drum Lane? In which TV sitcom did the title characters live on a fictional street called Oil Drum Lane? Question 10. Which country has a name that means rich coast in Spanish? Which country has a name that means rich coast in Spanish? So there are your 10 questions. Remember that the initial letters of one answer will be exactly the same as the initial letters of another answer. So if you find one answer, it will possibly help you with another one. I'll give you a couple of minutes to work those out because it takes a little bit of thought. That picture got bigger of me. That's better. Don't like these close-ups. No. Stop it. Okay, we'll go through the answers for that round. Nobody wants any repeats, I assume. Right. Just number one, question one. The Take That 1995 number one hit single was Back for Good. So you got BFG, Back for Good. Question two. The most frequent guest host on Have I Got News For You is Alexander Armstrong. Question three. The working title of Eleanor and Marianne was Sense and Sensibility. Number four. Carrie Bradshaw was played by Sarah Jessica Parker. Never seen it. Number five, the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte is Black Forest Gatto. Number six, Norwich City's home ground is Carrow Road. Number seven, the organisation founded by Bill Wilson and Bob Smith was Alcoholics Anonymous. Number eight, Prince George was christened in the Chapel Royal of St James's Palace. Number nine, the title characters who lived on Oil Drum Lane were Steptoe and Son. And number 10, the country whose name means rich coast in Spanish, Costa Rica. Oh, how did you get on with that round? Quite a hard round, I think, but it's one of those where you can just suddenly get it. Oh, let's see how people did. Debbie 7. That's not bad, as I say, it's quite a hard round. Joe 6, back to normal. No, it was Glynis 9, thought it was Automobile Association, 12-step programme in the AA. But well done otherwise, that's a good score. That is a good score. Any others to come in? No? Okay, on to round 3, which is high fives. 2 questions, and each question has 5 answers. So the first one is, what are the first 5 words in the NATO phonetic alphabet that have 3 syllables? What are the first 5 words in the NATO phonetic alphabet that have 3 syllables? And the second question, so you can work on both of these. According to the International Organization of Motor Vehicle Manufacturers, which 5 countries produce the most cars? According to the International Organization of Motor Vehicle Manufacturers, which 5 countries produce the most cars? So I'll give you a little time to work on those. The first 5 words in the NATO alphabet that have 3 syllables, and the 5 countries that produce the most cars. I think I can hear Molly wandering around somewhere. Oh, right, Bob scored 6. That's okay. Okay, if everybody is ready for the answers to round 3. First one, the first 5 words in the NATO phonetic alphabet that have 3 syllables, in any order. I'll read them out alphabetically, but you can have them in any order, obviously. India, Juliet, November, Romeo, Sierra. India, Juliet, November, Romeo, Sierra. And the 5 countries that produce the most cars, in order, but again you can have them in any order. China, USA, Japan, Germany, South Korea. China, USA, Japan, Germany, South Korea. So how did you do with that round? Debbie 8, Glynis 7. Ah, that's not bad. Probably the cars that got people, I would think. Bob scored 9. Well done, Bob. Well done. Joe, you haven't left the building, have you? Oh, it's there, 8. Oh, that's all right. That's good, you see. I said think positively. Think positively. Sorry, I didn't spot your score there. Right, okay. So, not bad. So we'll have the interval and find a word now. So go off and do your gin and tonic or whatever else if you're not doing the find a word. And we'll start with consonant, 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 vowel, 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 consonant, vowel, consonant. Ooh. Bottles. Oh no, it's 2 L's, not 2 T's. Bulls. Bolts. Bust. Blast. Bloats, yeah, it's a good one, Debbie. Bloats. Ballets, oh bullets, ballets, yeah, good ones. There's only one A, I was going to say ballast, but there's only the one A. No, I think bullets and ballets are the best ones that we're going to get, so well done on those. Okay, we'll do another one. Consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. Right. Mental, merits, realist, trains, trails, strain. Realist is a good one, that's the best one so far. Any others? Talisman. I'll just see if I can look that up. Yes, I thought it was. The plural of talisman is talismans. It was a good try though. Good try. But yes, shame. Another A, and could have been talisman. So I think you win again, Glens, with realist. Well done. Okay, we'll do a third one. Consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Mounts, yeah. Looks as if this should be a good word there, but can't see what it is. Mountains. Excellent, Glynis. You've got the 9. Well done. Mountains. I knew there was a good word in there. And you found it. Oh, well done. Very good. Yes, I was looking for autonomy, autonomism or something. But mountains, yeah. Oh, so you win that one. You're having a roll tonight, Glynis. On a roll tonight. Right, we'll... oh, Derek's. Well done, Derek. Well done. Derek's on a roll then. We'll do one last one. Consonant. Consonant. Vowel. Vowel. Consonant. Consonant. Vowel, consonant, consonant. Right. Brunt. Scion, counts, yeah, burnt, no others? Croutons, croutons. Derek again. You are doing well tonight, Derek. No, there's only one O. Can't have that. No. So, ruction, oh, that's a good one. You could have ructions, add an S on. Suction. Any others? No. Okay, right, we'll head on to round 4 then. And this is the techie. Oh, Britons. You can't have proper nouns. Well, not according to Susie Dent. And I am Susie Dent tonight, so we can't have proper nouns. Right, so on to round 4, the picture round, the techies round, hats, which is a fairly straightforward, apart from 2 or 3 that you've got to be careful with. So watch out for them. And it's basically a case of identifying the hat from the list on the right. So have a look at the list. And as usual, we'll go through them twice. Beanie, boater, boonie. Never heard of a boonie before. Bowler, deerstalker, fedora, Homburg, Panama, steampunk and trilby. Okay, so if you are ready, we'll make a start. Okay, go through them again. Right, there we go. With your hats. So if everyone is ready, number 1 is a fedora. Number 2 is a bowler. Number 3, Panama. Number 4, a beanie. Number 5, a boater. Number 6 is a Homburg. And number 7, which is very similar, is a trilby. Number 8 is a deerstalker. Number 9, which looks and sounds Australian, I think it is a boonie. And number 10, the obvious steampunk. So how did you do on that round? Steampunk stuff is fascinating. Bob scored 10, well done. Joe, 10. You see, I said you needed to be positive. Debbie, 10. Joe, chapeau. I should have thought of that. And Glynis, 8. So not bad scores at all. In fact, very good scores. Chapeau. So we're on to the final round, the initial letter link, which is a little different with the initials this time. You've got 10 questions, but it's 9 questions plus a final question with an answer that can be spelt out by rearranging the first letters of words from the first 9 answers. So number 10 is an anagram of the first letters of the previous 9 answers. So they're just general knowledge questions, really. So question 1. With a population of around 117 million and the second most populous African country after Nigeria, which is the most populated landlocked country in the world? With a population of around 117 million and the second most populous African country after Nigeria, which is the most populated landlocked country in the world? It's the landlocked bit that you need to concentrate on, perhaps. Question 2. On the TV show BBC Breakfast, what colour sofa do the main presenters sit on? On the TV show BBC Breakfast, what colour sofa do the main presenters sit on? Question 3. The airline EasyJet has its UK headquarters at which airport? The airline EasyJet has its UK headquarters at which airport? Question 4. What 9-letter word for a work or series containing various stories that have no direct relation to one another comes from an ancient Greek term meaning flower gathering? What 9-letter word for a work or series containing various stories that have no direct relation to one another comes from an ancient Greek term meaning flower gathering? Question 5. Which technology company is sometimes referred to as Big Blue due to its blue logo and colour scheme and it once having a dress code of blue suits? Which technology company is sometimes referred to as Big Blue due to its blue logo and colour scheme and it once having a dress code of blue suits? Excuse me. Question 6. The Four Noble Truths are teachings in which religion? The Four Noble Truths are teachings in which religion? Question 7. With only the Jose Marti monument in Havana being larger, the world's second largest monument to a writer can be found in which British city? With only the Jose Marti monument in Havana being larger, the world's second largest monument to a writer can be found in which British city? Question 8. In tennis, what three-letter word is used to refer to a serve that makes contact with the net but still lands in the correct area and has to be replayed? In tennis, what three-letter word is used to refer to a serve that makes contact with the net but still lands in the correct area and has to be replayed? Question 9. Which dog lives at 62 West Wallaby Street in Wigan? Which dog lives at 62 West Wallaby Street in Wigan? And question 10. The first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which singer recognised for one eye being covered up? The first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which singer recognised for one eye being covered up? Does anybody want any repeating? Number 4. What 9-letter word for a work or series containing various stories that have no direct relation to one another comes from an ancient Greek term meaning flower gathering? Any other repeats? No? Right, we'll go through the answers then. Question 1. The most populated landlocked country in the world is Ethiopia. Question 2. The main presenters on BBC Breakfast sit on a red sofa. Question 3. EasyJet has its UK headquarters at Luton Airport. Luton Airport. Number 4, the 9-letter word from ancient Greek meaning flower gathering is anthology. Question 5, the technology company referred to as Big Blue is IBM. Question 6, the 4 noble truths are teachings in Buddhism. Question 7, the world's second largest monument to a writer is in Edinburgh. It's the Scott Monument to Sir Walter Scott. Question 8, in tennis, the 3-letter word for a serve making contact with the net is a let. Question 9, the dog that lives at 62 West Wallaby Street is Gromit, from Wallace and Gromit. And the first letter of the first words can be rearranged to spell Gabrielle. Love some first stuff. So how did you do on that round, and how did you do altogether? I think it'd be quite close tonight. Debbie 7 and 43, that's a good score. Joe 4 and 38, not as bad as perhaps you thought it might be. Bob 5 and 38. So tying with Joe. Glynis, bloody hell, two. Oof. Total 34. That brought your final total down, didn't it? Oh dear. Oh, so Debbie, you won tonight with 43. I'm surprised, Glynis. Oh well, never mind. Next week onwards and upwards. Okay, thanks everyone for turning up, and hope to see you next week. Joe, I should just say adamant. And thanks for coming along. We should have, I think, Sarah back next week. And maybe one or two other. Should have Richard back on Zoom if he's got his laptop fixed. So we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.